Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
I think part of my New Year's resolution. Can I start a New Year's resolution 3 weeks into the month? It's Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone, January 21st, live inside Hy-Vee off Highway 61 in Muscatine. My New Year's resolution is to, right before we start the show, as that little intro is playing, where I go from Husky Tony to Skinny Tony, it's a miracle. You just snap your fingers and it happens. I'm going to start throwing stuff at Betsy just to catch her off guard. I just did that. I realized, and I never want to come off as a diva. I was just saying to our guests that it's still very strange for me to have 4 people working on this show, because in all my years of radio, pretty much did everything myself. So I have to relinquish a lot of control, and that's tough for me because I'm a control freak. But what I had Betsy do, because my high-fat keto Starbucks drink was a little leaky, Betsy, very kind Betsy, the world's best Betsy, tremendous Betsy, I need to buy you a hamburger. You're so great. She grabbed me a paper towel so that I could wipe it off, and then as we were starting, I crumbled it up and threw it in her direction. And it surprised you, didn't it? Because you didn't know what it was. She thought it was a snowball. She thought this whole time I had brought a snowball into the store and I was going to get her. I feel like it was an eternity the last time that we all got together and did this show. It was certainly a busy Friday when we were last together. Here's how I know it was busy. We had the tenderloin sale on Friday, where we had the hand-breaded tenderloins or grilled tenderloins for $1.99. We sold over 2,100 tenderloins from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. That deal was supposed to go till 8 p.m. We sold out. We had 2,000 of them that we were kind of thinking, okay, if we go through 2,000, that would be great. Then they fresh cut and the whole thing, fresh cut, 100 more. So it was over 2,100. And how do I know? I hand-breaded 500 with gloves on. I hand-breaded over 500 myself. I think it was 500. It was a lot. This store was busy. It snowed a little bit. Did we ever get an official snowfall total for Muscatine from Friday night? I heard that it was 3 to 4 inches. It was a powdery snow, but it was still annoying when you shoveled it. I shoveled out 3 different houses on Saturday, my own, my brother-in-law Nolan's, and then I went to my mom's, like every good son should. And did anybody else break their shovel when they were shoveling? My mom said, you got to slow down. And I guess I get angry when I shovel because who likes shovel? If you like shoveling, God bless, I'll give you my address. I broke my shovel. But I still had one piece of it, so then I was using it. And then my mom said, well, take my shovel. And guess what happened? I broke her shovel as well. I'm too strong, guys. That's my problem. That's my cross to bear. I have all of these muscles, and I'm breaking shovels. I broke 2 shovels. My mom's like, well, I guess I gotta... And then she had another shovel. Anyways, I'm 2 for 2 with breaking shovels. So the moral of the story is we sold a lot of tenderloins. There were over 6,000 people in the store on Friday. I can't understate it enough. It was the busiest day I've ever seen in my 1 year of working here. But even in the 4 or 5 years that I've been coming to the store, I've never seen more people in here. So I hope that there's a blizzard every day or a blizzard scare. We're going to get 100 inches of snow tomorrow. Please come and see us. There's some pictures of the tenderloins in action. All right, there's a couple things I want to mention before we get started. Also, February 22nd, tenderloins coming back, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., so keep that in mind. Joe Wieskamp, former Muskie, had an unbelievable game for the Hawkeyes. He was 6 for 6 from behind the arc, shooting 3-pointers. He's a freshman, keep in mind. I think Joe Wieskamp had 24 points when it was all said and done. And here's some highlights from WQAD Matt Randazzo. Watch how good Joe Wieskamp is at basketball. Oh, my goodness. He's just great. He's a freshman. Like, we all knew he was this good. And by the way, this is Iowa beating Illinois. No offense to our friends in Illinois. All right, Paul, by 24 points. We've got a lot of Illinois viewers. We still love you, but go Hawks. And there's Joe Wieskamp. Poised, calm, cool, collected, and just dropping buckets. Dropping dimes. Is that a basketball lingo? How'd I do on that one? Is that okay? All right, so Joe Wieskamp, fantastic. Did anybody go out and look at the moon last night? I figured Angela did. Anybody else here on the show? I got all these photographers. I thought we'd have some blood moon pictures. A little too cold for Ryan Broderson, apparently. Ryan, if you've got it, is that what it was? Was it a blood moon? Is that what it was called?
It was an eclipse.
It was an eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart, everybody. Got to be careful. I can't finish singing that or we'll get sued. Do we have any? Oh, look at this. Okay. So we'll get to our guests in just a second. This is the eclipse, and we got an hour and 20 minutes. All right, let's watch the whole thing starting now. Oh, wow, that is fantastic. That is super cool. Look at that. What time was this at? I was probably asleep. Oh, my gosh. Kind of creepy, right? I was watching Sopranos, and then I fell asleep because I don't know why I'm rewatching Sopranos. It's the best show ever. But there you go. Wow. So this is 11 o'clock last night. Is that what you guys said?
Yeah.
I should have known because I did turn into a werewolf for a brief minute, and then I came back. Hello to Colleen and Debbie on Facebook. Let's get to our first guests that are here. There's a big event coming up in Muscatine. Angela Woodhouse, Paul Thielman with the Muscatine County Arts Council, Eagles and Ivories. Oh, my goodness. January 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. Why not just run it through February, guys, at this point?
Well, what's going on the end of January? Nothing.
Nothing.
So we want to
Nothing.
offer something to the community,
Yes.
and there's Eagles in abundance,
Yeah.
and that's how this kind of got started 25 years ago.
I was going to say, this event has been going on. This is one of those, so when I started at the radio station, it was in December 2012, and January rolls around, and it was one of the first things that I think I was producing commercials for, was this Eagles and Ivory. I had no context for it. I think I actually went to one of the performances
so.
at, would it have been at Sunnybrook?
We do, yeah.
Yeah,
That's where
right?
we kind of have a little kickoff
That's right.
Friday morning.
I think they had a live broadcast on KWPC.
Jane Dahlfeld.
And this wonderful ragtime music that was just, it was great. But it's really just continued to grow, and right? 25 years later, though, guys, this is fantastic. I mean, it's always, Paul, to get an event to start and be successful and have it go a couple years is always the hope. But 25 years of Eagles and Ivory should be celebrated. I mean, this is big.
Yeah, this is, and it's a little bigger this year than it has
Sure.
been in the past, too.
Yeah, so this event, and Jeff Barnhart and Barnhart will be there. They're kind of, I don't want to say that they're the staples.
They're our
of
headliner.
The headliner. Thank you, Angela. The
You're
headliner.
welcome.
Tony, you should know that word. So Ivory and Gold, they're performing name, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But at Jeff and Ann Barnhart, they're married, and they're
They are.
immensely talented. We've got the flyer on the screen. So as far as, I guess we should go in order of events. So let's start with the 24th. Let's kind of work through each day because, and you pick up a pamphlet or you look at the poster, and we're just packed to the gills with events. So if I go in order, Angela, what would we start Thursday at 7 o'clock with that Ivory and Gold concert?
Yes, we're
Okay.
going to start Thursday night. We decided to add another event because it's 25 years and we really want to celebrate
Yeah.
this. So we're going to celebrate the Merrill Hotel, and we're
Perfect.
going to have our first concert. It's kind of a mini cabaret style concert at the Merrill, 7 o'clock. With Jeff and Ann Barnhart and Marty Mincer. And he is from Hamburg, Iowa, actually.
Oh, cool.
And he's a repeat performer at Eagles and
Fantastic.
Ivory.
And he's got a nice little hat right there.
He does, yes.
Paul, do you think I could pull off that hat? I don't know. That's sharp, right?
Yes.
I like the
that's-
bow tie too.
That's one of Marty's trademarks.
I was gonna say.
The interesting thing about Marty
Yeah.
is he's not just a piano player.
Okay.
He was on Iowa Public Television last week
Oh, I didn't know that.
on Iowa Ingredient.
Excellent.
He
Yeah.
has orchards. He grows apples and peaches.
Really?
And Iowa Ingredient, of course, is essentially a food show.
Right.
And they were utilizing his peaches in a recipe that they were doing.
That's fantastic.
So-
Maybe he could bring some and share with us.
We hope so.
Not to put him on the spot, but I mean,
Marty, if you're listening.
Marty, if you're out there, bring some, Marty Mincer. We'd love to try them. The Merrill Hotel and Conference Center, you know, a great addition to Muscatine. Certainly
Yes.
Absolutely.
a beautiful facility. If you're watching this and you haven't been down to the Merrill, I encourage you to do so. Check it out. They've got the space to house an event like Eagles and Ivories. I'm sure that they've been great to work with.
They have, and they're offering a couple packages for people that want to stay at the Merrill,
Perfect.
out-of-town guests,
Okay.
local people that don't, because
Sure.
we have after hours there as well. So
Gotcha.
it's,
It's nice to have that support, right?
we couldn't do it without the support
Yeah.
that we have. The Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine has helped us out. The Howe Foundation, Helen and Stan Howe have been tremendous for their continuous support of Eagles and
Yes.
Ivories throughout the year. So.
They're definitely advocates for having signature. This is a signature event for Muscatine. You know, we had this conversation the other day about a signature event, and you know, there's a piece missing in the summer perhaps, but when it comes to
Yeah.
winter, and like you said at the beginning, Angela, there's not a lot that goes on. So to have Eagles and Ivory 25 years strong, and people know that it's there, right? It's consistent, and that's the thing with any event, the consistency, but then also not getting complacent. So keep, you know, adding additional pieces or additional days. While it is a lot of work and logistics,
It is.
it's ultimately the right thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time.
Anytime you can bring live music to a community, a different genre of music that people don't get to hear every day. And there's other aspects throughout. We have silent movies that we offer. One of our favorite things that we do is actually Friday afternoon. We show a silent movie at Jefferson School.
Cool.
It's
Okay.
not open to the public, but
Sure.
the kids just have a ball. Jeff Barnhart will get up there and play the piano, and the kids
That's
are
awesome.
laughing. It is actually,
Yeah.
it's just a great time.
And a silent movie, again, something that maybe not a lot of us have had the opportunity to experience, let alone with someone like Jeff Barnhart
Yeah.
tickling the keys at the same.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
right. I mean, that's just not something that happens every day.
And
in Muscatine.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of these Buster Keaton movies,
Absolutely,
but
yep.
they are hysterical.
Yes.
Buster Keaton was ahead of his time, to say the least.
Yeah,
Well, I took
yeah.
a film class in high school, and we watched several of them, and I remember just feeling like, wow, this guy was.
It's great entertainment,
right.
really
He was
fun.
on it.
Yeah.
All right. So if we come Friday morning kickoff concert, which is free, that is at Sunnybrook. So that's 9:30 to 10:30. Again, having music at a place like Sunnybrook. First of all, they've got the space. It's
Yes.
massive over
Yep,
there. I was
yep.
just there the other day, and I know that the folks that are at Sunnybrook, you know, they look forward to this.
They really do.
And it's also a good opportunity to bring people to a place like Sunnybrook.
Yeah.
Because if our experience with a place like Sunnybrook and other spots in the community are sometimes limited, right? If you don't have someone that's spent time at Sunnybrook or that is currently there, or maybe you know someone that works there, if that's not you drive past it and it's kind of like an afterthought.
Right.
So when you
Right.
have this opportunity for live music at their location, I love that you do that.
Yeah.
And that's been happening for several years, right?
Ever since they got the grand piano
Yeah.
out there,
Right.
which was from the start, so it's a fabulous piano. The venue, they just welcome us with open arms. So it's fun for all the residents, and that is open to anybody that would like to show up. And it's free. That event is free.
Friday night, Paul, we got soup supper 5 to 7 with the Mad Creek Mudcats. That is at Wesley United Methodist Church.
Right.
Mad Creek Mudcats, been a part of Eagles and Ivories for a while. And again, the support coming in from Wesley United Methodist Church opening their doors makes it, you know, they've got the space as well. So you're not limited. I mean, that's the best part about this. Whenever there's an event indoors with Eagles and Ivories, you have the capacity to house enough people.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, we hope that you understand that while we would encourage you to get tickets for what you need tickets for early and show up certainly on time to not lose out on a good seat,
Yeah.
space is it's nice. I mean, you've got all these great places in town that step up for this each year. But talk about Wesley United Methodist Church. Again, they've been around with Eagles and Ivories for several years.
Acoustically,
Yeah.
it's a great venue. It really is.
Sure.
And you know, no one should be put off by the fact that this is being held in a church.
Right. Correct.
Wesley
Correct.
United Methodist Church has had the Jackson Concert Series
Absolutely.
for, I think, going on 30 years
Yep.
now. And so this is almost a part of their music industry. Totally experience.
Absolutely.
And for those who might be put off by the term ragtime is it's a derivative of jazz, actually precursor to jazz, and music that was popular in the 19-teens, the 1920s, and
Sure.
even into the 1930s. But it's gotten ragtime festivals and
Yep.
concerts all over the country. The biggest being, I believe, in Sedalia, Missouri, right? And but this is, and of course, ragtime got a wonderful infusion of interest with the film The Sting,
Sure.
and Scott Joplin's song, which is The Entertainer, is kind of a signature song for ragtime.
So this, again, an opportunity, whether it's your 25th time going to Eagles and Ivory or maybe your first, and you look at the schedule of events and you think, okay, I can carve out time. Because that's what I mean, you probably have people that make it to most of the events that are going on, but there's probably folks that are just going to look at, 2 or 3 things that they can make it. They want to be there. They don't want to miss out. Maybe it is Eagles and Ivory. Whatever the case may be, there's a lot of opportunities as we continue to look through the schedule. 7 o'clock on Friday, Ivory and Gold. That is Jeff and Ann Barnhart. Marty Mintzer in the mix. Barnhart's Button City Blasters featuring Andy Shum. Did I say that right?
Yes.
On trumpet, John Otto, Tom Bartlett, Jeff Barnhart, and Josh Duffy. That's at Wesley United Methodist Church. That is on Friday, again, 7 o'clock. And then there's that after hours with more music at the Merrill. So it's just, the music does not stop.
And anyone who has a ticket for any of the other events,
Sure.
particularly the Friday and Saturday night concerts, they can just come right on over to the Merrill, and their ticket gets them in there, too.
It's fantastic. Saturday, we really get to the Eagles portion, right? So the Eagle Watch, one of the best parts about where we live, and I saw an eagle the other day, and it almost took me by surprise. Forgot how massive they can be.
Yes.
Right? You suddenly feel a lot, even as a 6'4", fairly large person, you feel a little insignificant when you see this beautiful eagle flying over and you go, well, the wingspan's pretty big. I don't want this to pick me up right now. Not to say that it could, but the Eagle Watch, right? So Saturday, 9 to 3, at the riverfront. Presentations by the Army Corps of Engineers, Park Rangers, Dave Bakke, our friend who's a naturalist, and the Eagle Watch is free. We've definitely got a great spot right along the mighty Mississippi where we're fortunate to see some beautiful birds flying around. It's powerful, and for people that again come to Muscatine for Eagles and Ivory, because as much as this event serves our town, it's also something that is brings tourists in.
Right.
They have to just be so taken aback when they are treated to seeing eagles that close. It just doesn't happen everywhere else. Right?
And they provide several scopes, so you
Sure.
can you can see them up close.
Right. So you don't have to right. You don't have to strain the eyes, or as much as I love my smartphone, I'm never going to be able to zoom in on the camera or take a good picture.
Right.
People probably show up with binoculars.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just hope that the weather cooperates. That's all we need, right?
That's always the gamble. But
Well, it's not going to snow 100 inches.
We know
right?
it will be cold,
Sure.
but we've got warm facilities for everybody. And one thing I just wanted to mention, it's not strictly just ragtime. If you like jazz music, they play jazz, they play spirituals. So they really mix it up. And the other thing about after hours, after the big concert, which is Friday and Saturday night, and I want to note that is at Wesley Methodist Church.
Sure.
It was printed wrong in the journal, so I just want to make sure anybody that's listening, that is still at Wesley Church.
Absolutely.
The after hours is at the Merrill Hotel, and the fun thing about after hours is the entertainers come, but anybody who would like to get up there and play with the entertainers.
Wow.
I mean, these are world-class musicians, but if you have any skill on the piano or harmonica or whatever you want to do, they get up there, and it's so much fun.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so it just carries on. It's just a really fun time for everybody.
I have no musical skill, but I'm certainly not opposed to trying.
Well,
And if you're
you
saying,
have the opportunity,
you're not saying no, right?
Not at all.
Not saying don't show up.
No, we
and
want
try
you
and
to
play the
show
spoons
up.
or something. What if I was a world-class spoon player and I'm just
You might be. So I really
discovering
think
that
you need to
talent.
bring your spoons and come to the after
Yeah.
hours at the Merrill, Tony.
Step one, get good spoons, tape them
Yeah.
back to back, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we stick with Saturday. There's a silent movie at noon at the Muscatine Arts Center. Concert at 2 o'clock. It's just loaded. I mean, I'm glad that we can keep cutting back to the schedule on the screen because it's so much that's going on. Syncopation Supper, 5 to 7 with the Locust Street Boys. Big concert Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Again, another Ivory and Gold. It's one thing to have Jeff and Ann do one. I mean, the fact that they perform so much, right?
Yeah.
There's so many opportunities for their music to be heard. And I hope, Ryan, if we go to the Muscatine County Arts Council website, there should be a link for Jeff and Ann Barnhart's Ivory and Gold, website with some sample. Actually, is there music sample on the Muscatine Art Council website?
We should have it, but I don't think we do. But
Okay,
if you go
but it
to
is
Jeff
through their
Barnhart's,
website.
if you go
Yeah.
to Jeff Barnhart's page, Ivory and Gold, I know you can get
Yeah,
some
'cause
samples
I just
there,
want
or
people
YouTube even. They
Yeah,
have it.
and folks at home will be able to hear this in a second. So
Yeah.
Saturday night, 7 o'clock, big show, Ivory and Gold, Jeff and Ann, packed to the gills. Again, that is at Wesley United Methodist Church, so keep that in mind. And then, as with Friday, after hours at the Merrill. And it would be one thing to stop Saturday, but then Sunday, 10 a.m.,
Yeah.
just right back at it with ragtime, jazz, gospel worship service, Mag Creek Mudcats at Wesley United. And then there's, if you didn't see, Jeff and Ann enough with Ivory and Gold, the matinee, if you'll have it, Sunday, 2 o'clock. Always a good show. I know a lot of people that will be at the 7 o'clock show Saturday. And I've had people, friends of mine, that have gone the first time, and then they're there for a Sunday show too.
Yeah.
So
And the venue at the Art Center it's very close.
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
It's actually, the seats are
Nice, intimate,
kind
steady.
something of a premium, but it's it's informal.
Yep.
But it's very close. You're really, you can sit within, less than 10 feet of the musicians.
there's
as they
something
perform.
something romantic about music in the Art Center.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little haunting in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, you fill the space, and it's so great when there's a lot of people at the Art Center. And if there's music, or this past summer, with the ice cream social, when we had the artist that was doing the live painting, it's just, it's a really special place in town, and I hope that people appreciate it. It's very peaceful, and I'm not saying that it's going to be a raucous party, but I mean, you get enough people in there and live music. And we were just showing a clip. You want to go back to that? Because we do have audio, so I'll stop talking so folks at home can get a taste of the action. Ivory and Gold. Check it out. Right. Feel good, toe tapping.
The skills of those guys is just awesome.
I listen to a lot of music. I recently got a Bluetooth wireless speaker, which is, as much as I've got the record collection, I've got an 8-track player. I've got
really?
cassettes, I've got CDs, but I was just playing music off of my Bluetooth speaker, and it's always been a part of my life. And yesterday I was listening to my personal favorite band that I remember the first time I saw them live was 18 years ago.
What was that band?
It's North Mississippi All Stars. I mean, it's just a fun I don't want to say bluegrass, but like just listening to that one song, I felt like I was 16 or 17 years old again. And music is so powerful, and that's what's so great about this weekend is that, both of you understand that, Eagles and Ivory continuing to be an event in Muscatine, continuing to be successful, is something that we need to have happen. Obviously with the Muscatine County Art Council and the mission to bring music enrichment events like this, it's something that we should never worry that's not going to be there, right?
As long as people support it and come out
Yes.
to see it, that's the key. It's just such an opportunity. It amazes us, 25 years, and we still have people tell us, "Oh, I didn't know you guys had this going on."
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm one of those people because
Really?
music is a very important part of my life.
Sure.
And I'm the son of a professional musician.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But
That's cool.
I was in my own little silo as far as listening at home or watching television or doing lots of other things,
Sure.
including raising 3 sons.
Sure. All in our backyard
yeah.
for 4 days.
And they play all
essentially.
over the world, so we are so fortunate
Correct.
to get them here.
And that's what I think. Like, again, not to interrupt, but people kind of just, I think sometimes the perception is Eagles and Ivory is something that's always going to be in Muscatine, and it's, you know, these people come to Muscatine and they put on a good show, but they're typically not in a small town in eastern Iowa for 4 days, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
It's rare for them. So when you say these are world-class, you know, trained musicians that are on this event, but this is a big deal for Muscatine.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to turn into like the Iowa Public Television. And without your support, we need you to show up for Eagles and Ivory weekend, so that we're talking about the 50th anniversary of Eagles. I mean, right? That's the future. We got to do the work now to ensure that this will be going on.
And there's nothing like live music.
No,
really,
absolutely not. And there's no comparison. When we come, can we go into we showed the general information with kind of some cost breakdowns that's in the pamphlet, but that's also online. Ryan, find that link on the website, and then we'll do a little page jump inception here with the general information. So, you know, a little bit of cost associated with it, a ton of free programming in the mix as well. Certainly, Muscatine County Art Council, a great group that's putting this together. And if you look at the cost, entire 4-day pass for $70.
Yeah, and I've got to tell you, I've
great
gone
deal.
to these festivals in Sedalia and other places, and sometimes just for one night's concert, you're looking at $50 for one night's concert.
Yep.
So it's extremely reasonable. We've tried. The reason we've been able to keep the cost down is because of, like I said, the grant from the Community Foundation, help from the Howe Foundation, and then other people. There's so many people that we can't even thank everybody right now, but you know, Charles Potter tunes the pianos for us. The church people, they get everything ready for us. I know I'm missing so many more, but really, it's a big event. Takes a lot of volunteers, and we couldn't do it without all the people.
So, what drew both of you to the Muscatine County Arts Council? I just met Paul this morning. I've known Angela for a little bit now, but what was? I mean, your father certainly being a professional musician.
I've lived in Muscatine since 1976.
Okay,
and I've always been somewhat active in the community.
Sure.
I once worked at the public library, and you know, I just feel as a citizen you have responsibilities. Even in retirement, I work the elections, you know, that kind of thing. But my wife, who's a rather creative person, was lured into joining the Arts Council, and the next thing I heard was, "Oh, you should join too, Paul." So I did. And it's just 2 years ago, I inherited the job of producing the CD.
Oh, really?
Yes, we produce a CD.
Okay.
We try and do it every year. So
Yeah.
sometimes there are technological problems.
Sure.
But we're getting better at it. And this is from the 2 nights that we do the programs at the church.
Fantastic.
And they have a new audio system that is state of the art. So
that's wonderful.
we will be producing a CD from the night's programs. I believe we're going to take orders for it rather than sell it on, you know, it gives us a little more time to produce it. But there are available from the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Those are available.
Again, so we're talking about something that doesn't happen that often when you go to see live music, and then you can turn around and own it and have it to be able to live. Because again, you know, typically when you're at a concert, you're living this experience, unless you're that person that's holding their phone up the whole time, which I would not encourage people to do. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You're experiencing it firsthand, but I love that opportunity because I have gone to several concerts, different bands over the years that I have the live CD from. And it's magical listening to it again and thinking, like, I was there. I heard when that happened. And that's the same experience that you can have with Eagles and Ivory. I didn't know that was part of it. That is so cool.
And then all of these artists produce their own CDs.
Of course.
And so if you hear something at the program that you really enjoyed, there's a very good chance, particularly with the Eagles and Ivories, that they've already got it on CD.
Yeah.
So
it's really
you have that opportunity as well. You can walk away from the concert with some of the music you heard.
No, and again, like supporting everybody that's here, and we look at the poster, and it's so great. 25 years of Eagles and Ivory going strong. January 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. We would also say that for anybody out there that's looking to give, Muscatine County Arts Council would be happy to accept any generosity.
Absolutely.
If there's anybody out there that has a novelty check and you're thinking, I've got all this money, I don't know what to do with it, after you donate it to the Arts Council, I could buy some diapers for my baby. But, I mean, right, that's also part of it. Like, you know, you want to accept people's goodwill, and you do have good support, but...
It goes back to the community.
Yes, that's it. Right, exactly. So, and the support needs to continue, and getting people... I would love to hear a story of someone that comes to the 25th anniversary of Eagles and Ivory. Maybe it's their first time, and they either get compelled to get involved and volunteer, or they get compelled to give so that we can ensure that events happen in Muscatine. And I am sure that that's happened over the years.
It has.
Right?
Yes.
And I think it's okay for folks that are hearing about this for the first time. We're happy to educate you about something that's going on. Maybe, you know, the other thing that you guys do so well is the music in the summer with the...
Summer concert series.
Summer concert series is fabulous.
Yep.
And I know that that'll continue again. Not that I want to get past winter. We want to get... I mean... The only good thing about winter is Eagles and Ivory, as far as I'm concerned. But when it gets a little warmer, music, and again, 90% of the time, that music will happen outside, right, on the patio at Ellie's. And again, music outside, warm weather, families coming together. And I love how you guys book that series, because there's always such a good variety. Yeah. Now, is that by committee? Does everybody kind of suggest... Because I feel like Ed would just try and take over and be like, well, here's who I would like to suggest. You got to rein Ed in a little bit. Ed Chamberlain, you guys say, hold on, pal.
Actually, Duffy DeFrance has been the leader in
great.
that.
Yep.
But sure, certainly the board is aware of the different. She likes to mix it up, and we do as well. They're showing last year's poster.
Oh, right.
We were really thrilled because this year the Creepin' Charlies came together. It's a local band that kind of broke up, but they came back together just for our concert, and we had one of the biggest turnouts.
It's humongous.
It was that Sunday there was a big storm, and so we didn't know where we were going to have it, if we could even have it. And Terry Eagle, Muscatine History and Industry Museum, let us use that facility, and it was awesome.
What a cool experience.
Yeah.
And then, of course, cruising with the great Max Allen Collins.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep,
even though Max will not get back to me to be on this show. He's very busy. Max, if you're out there. I'm not trying to be a pest. Borderline pet. I see him in the store and I'm like this. I do this move. And there's Max right there with cruising. I have to resist the urge to be like, did you get my email? I know you're traveling the country with this book promotion, but no. But yeah, right. I mean, keeping events going strong in our town, it doesn't happen. There's so much work that goes into it, and I'm the kind of person that appreciates the behind-the-scenes work and the planning and the logistics and making sure that you have all your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Do you need anything ahead of Eagles and Ivories? Are there opportunities for folks to join the Muscatine County Arts Council?
Absolutely. We're always looking for board members,
Okay.
and if you don't want to be a board member, just to support the Muscatine County Arts Council, it's extremely reasonable. $10 membership for seniors, I think. A family membership is $35.
That's great.
Yeah,
Right.
and one other thing I wanted to mention.
Sure.
For all the events for this upcoming weekend, children or kids 16 and under are free at
Perfect.
every venue. So
Okay.
we welcome kids at every event, and please bring them. If you could just see these kids at the silent movie, they love this stuff. You know, we think of it as an older genre of music, which it is.
Sure.
It's one of the original forms of music in history. But when kids at a really young age experience this, they love it.
Sure.
And, you know, it's, becoming kind of a lost art form, and I really appreciate the fact that's something that we've been able to do is bring this out so people can still enjoy it.
Something that is unusual about this year's Eagles and Ivories is we do not have a youth performer.
Okay.
Usually we do.
Yeah, sure.
We've had Daniel Savigny 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some other. There are various piano events and other musical contests and programs where these kids get some experience, and we like the idea of bringing in somebody like that as well. The Button City Blasters, which is a band that Jeff Barnard has put together, are a group of
There's Daniel.
they're diverse people. from all over. Two of these guys come from Chicago.
Nice. Okay.
And at least one of them is from the Quad Cities area,
Awesome.
and he's locally educated musically.
Everybody knows Josh Duffy.
I was
if
gonna
you're
say-
from Quad
Duffy,
Cities.
right.
I'm looking at Josh Duffy in the pamphlet, and I'm like, I know Josh. I'm looking right at him. Yeah. Yeah, Josh Duffy is super
Josh is
talented.
one of the best
Yeah.
percussionists out there in the country and really in the world.
So, right, again, you know, preserving the history, but then the fact that these folks are producing their own music, whether it's in the style or if it's a little improvised, and then they're playing shows around the globe, just goes to show you that it's still very relevant and driving audiences out. So this is it, Eagles and Ivory, 25th year. Wow. I think it was the 19th maybe or the 20th year when I first really became familiar with this, and it's so great to be able to talk about it and to encourage folks that are going to watch this show to come out and support it. And again, Angela, there's nothing going on in the winter. I love that you said that.
Yeah.
We're all trapped inside. We can't leave. Snowmageddon was on the way.
Yep.
We all made it out alive. I'm so glad that you guys made it here today.
Yep, and there's no football that weekend. I think
There
isn't
is
that-
no
See,
football.
We arranged
scheduled it
Yeah.
perfectly. And for Chicago Bears fans, there's been no football for several weekends. It hurts my feelings. Yes, this is the weekend before the big game.
Yeah.
The super game. I have to be careful with what you say, you know, these trademarks. Eagles and Ivory, 25th annual, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, right here in Muscatine. So much fun to be had. I was going to say, Paul, you know, if you're missing the element of young people playing music, I would happily loan you my 6- and 4-year-old, and they could just run around.
bring them out.
You know, my 6-year-old just got an acoustic guitar, and my 4-year-old is really good at yelling. It could be a very, you know what I mean? This could be, they could accompany Jeff Barnhart, perhaps.
He would love it. Jeff's great with kids. So.
Oh, I'm kidding. I'll just bring them to the after hours.
Okay.
That's where we really need it. And again, look at some great images from over
That's
the
Daniel,
years.
when
Daniel
he was
at
maybe
about age 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was back last year at age 17.
Unbelievable.
And he's now studying at the Berklee College of Music.
Oh my gosh, he's at Berklee.
in Boston.
Yeah.
So
And he's just as good on the piano or on the violin as he is on the piano.
Virtuoso, huh?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's
He
at Berklee.
absolutely is.
Wow. So imagine what he's going to have the capacity to do, especially leaving a place like Berkeley. Unbelievable. Well, we hope to have him back.
We certainly will.
I'm so glad you guys came on the show. I appreciate it. Eagles and Ivory. We've been showing you the website. Posters are all over town.
Yep.
At this point, it's just time to get a ticket, get a pass, show up. Whether you can make it to every single event, you can kind of cherry pick your way through. But I would strongly encourage that you do not miss an opportunity to see an Ivory and Gold show. And there are so many chances to see them.
Tickets are available at Flowers on the Avenue
Perfect, okay.
or at the door. And there'll be plenty of
door.
tickets, so we hope to see everybody come out to, try one.
Yeah.
Thursday night is a perfect one if you want to
Sure.
see the Merrill if you've never been there. It's a mini concert. We don't have all the performers that night, but it's just a shorter concert. And then Friday and Saturday night are 2 big concerts at Wesley Church, and then back to the Merrill afterwards. And then,
Our afternoon concerts are at the Arts Center Saturday and Sunday.
yep,
And then you will get some rest at some point this week, maybe.
Monday we'll get some rest.
Yes.
Actually, my dad starts planning Monday, the Monday after Eagles and Ivory. He
Seriously,
starts-
for next year?
For next year.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm so glad that you both came on. Paul, it's
Thank
great
you
to
for
meet you.
having us.
Angela, it's good to see you. Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Let us know if you
Yeah.
need anything later this week. We're going to talk more about Eagles and Ivories and sort of the impact that it can have, the tourism angle with our friend Jody with the Convention and Visitors Bureau later this week.
Great.
Because that is important to know. Again, as much as Eagles and Ivories is for folks in Muscatine County and the surrounding communities, bringing folks in from out of town, creating events and reasons that people come to Muscatine.
We've had people as many as 11 different states that come in for
Wow.
Eagles and Ivory. They come in from all
That's
over,
great.
so it is a great weekend for Muscatine.
Well, let's continue this trend for sure, and we'll make it a date to talk about the 26th annual Eagles and Ivories a year from now. Not to put the cart before the horse. We got to get through this week and this weekend. But yeah,
Absolutely.
please come back. All right, very
Thank
good.
you.
Let's go CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam if we could. See what's happening here in the store. It's very quiet Monday. And in produce, right? A good place to be. And beautiful images. Yes, look at that. Some oranges, some limes, some lemons. I like the color. It's very nice. Thank you, guys. It's great to see you. It just looks good. And tell you what, you can see the sign in the background, the 200% guarantee. Produce always fresh here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. And Brian Mueller and the crew in the produce department, they really work their tails off to make sure that they carry only the best stuff. And that includes organic produce. Certainly the locally grown stuff will pop up as we get into spring and summer. And you can always trust that what you're going to get at Hy-Vee Produce is the best ever. Ryan Broderson, I would like, as we get ready to take the cart cam to the health market, Ryan, on the Hy-Vee Facebook page, right below where this show is streaming, we have a post talking about today's Make My Monday. So Hy-Vee Mondays, different deals going on. Sometimes it's a fuel saver. Sometimes it's a bag sale. Betsy, what I would like you to do at the Toyota Muscatine Car Cam, go to the health market and see if you can find one of the paper bags that has the stapled sheet for this Make My Monday, because it's 20% off health market purchases. So today only. So whether you're watching this live right now, and a lot of you are, thank you, Katie and Kiefer and James and Colleen and Debbie and the other people that I can't see that are watching on Facebook, but I know you're there because it tells me. Thank you for watching. You can come to the store, get a paper bag, load it up, fill it up as high as you like, and then take that paper bag, carry it to the register, and take 20% off from the health market. So this is one of the sack sales where you get the paper bag, you fill it up, and then you watch the savings at the register. You could fill the bag with kombucha. Maybe you can't get enough kombucha. You love it, even though it tastes a little weird. I gotta give kombucha a second chance. I'm gonna come back around on kombucha. Fill it up, whatever it is. Maybe it's the organic chips, or it doesn't matter. If you're on a keto or low carb diet and you're trying to stock up on almond flour, you can't have enough almond flour. Fill the bag, there's Barb right there, and save 20% off. Now, if I were Betsy, I would have stopped and said, "Excuse me, Bob." Boom, she got one. That's it. I can't even give Betsy any grief. She is on it today. All right, Betsy, let's do a little quiz for Betsy here. Betsy, I want you to try and find some almond flour. Find almond flour. You ever had an almond flour pancake? You know what it doesn't taste like? A regular pancake. It's a little bit different texture. It's a little gritty. But I just love breakfast, all right? And one of the things that I miss... Now, listen, we've got the almond flour. I've made almond flour pancakes. We've got the really good sugar-free syrups that you can't even tell that there's not real sugar in it. I want to try an almond flour waffle. Doesn't that sound good? Some real Irish butter. And, oh, look at this. Betsy is throwing it down. Now, what she's probably got is Barb behind her, just telling her where to go. I believe she's going to... There's Barb. Oh, I was wrong. There's Barb right there. Bad timing, Tony. Betsy is going to show us some almond flour. And then, Betsy, after you grab a bag of almond flour, preferably Red Mill brand, if you could, or Red's Mill. I think that's what it's called. There's a guy on it that looks like his name is Red. He's got a nice whimsical beard. Let's see if she can find that. We'll complicate it a little bit more. After you do that, Betsy, let's go and show everybody on the backside all of the different kombucha drinks that are in that cooler and just the different options. There's some probiotic beverages. It's all there. Or we'll just look at the coconut pure. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Okay. She's off. We've lost Betsy, everybody. She quit the show. This is how she's leaving. She's just going to leave the card cam parked illegally. We're going to get a ticket, Ryan. Ryan, we're going to get towed again. I told Toyota we would stop getting their cart cam towed, but I'm disappointing them. Shame on me, ladies and gentlemen. Shame on me. All right. Well, let's see where Betsy comes back. And I think I just saw her walk back. I don't know where she is. We never know where young Betsy is. Boom. She found it. That's it. That is the almond flour that I was talking about. Red Mill. Bob's Red Mill. Good old superfine almond flour. Won't you have some? Doesn't that guy, when she brings that to the set, I'll have Chad or Cody zoom in on the bag so you can see Bob's Red Mill. All right, Betsy, go whip a left, and then let's show all the kombucha drinks on the back side of the Health Market. Again, 20% off, Make My Monday, fill a paper bag, and save at the register. Debbie on Facebook saying that she likes coconut flour. I should give that a shot. We certainly have it, right? We were just looking at some coconut flour. So again, everything in the Health Market today, 20% off. Doesn't matter if it's some of the like almond milk or soy milk. If it's in the Health Market, you're going to save 20% off today. And kombucha, again, my disclaimer, if you're going to try kombucha, don't think that you need to mix it up like this and then open it in your car because it'll start to fizz over. I didn't know that. And my first experience with kombucha was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, it's like fermented. It's stronger than I thought. Again, I'll maybe give it a second chance. A lot of options when it comes to those beverages right there. I don't even know. Chad would know better than I which ones to try or start, or if there are certain ones that mask the fermentation taste better than others. I don't know. But the options. Oh, Betsy's grabbing one. All right. Don't expect me to crack that and try it. That's a kombucha original. Okay. Organic and raw. Num num. Not even a flavored one, huh? She's putting it back. Okay, good. And then Betsy, the last thing I'll ask you to do, there's a flavored one. Right behind where Betsy's at, we have those Bang energy drinks, including the Bang Keto Coffee ones that we talked about on the show. Those are also 20% off today. So if you wanted to buy, I don't know, 12 of them, case of them, however many more, they're right behind where Betsy's at. I think, do we have some that are cold? That would be kind of good timing if we did. We do. There's that is one of the Bangs. Perfect. Yeah, that's the Power Punch. So all of those beverages, 20% off. The keto ones have been flying out of here. Barb said that somebody came in last week and bought like a case and a half. So thank you. I still haven't tried. I have 3 of them in my fridge at home. I have that one in my fridge. But I feel like I can't come to work with that. The Starbucks ladies are going to yell at me. I got the keto Starbucks drink. And I feel like I'm living in the future because I paid with my Apple Pay thing, where you tap the phone. You're nobody else? All right. It doesn't seem like it works, but then they say you're good, and you're like, okay. Apple Pay. All right. So, Betsy, come on back with that Bob's Red Mill flour, and we'll show everybody that I'm not crazy. Okay, today, no school, right? Are all the banks closed? I feel like most of the banks are closed today. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. 21st of January. It's also National Granola Bar Day. So if you are going to participate in National Granola Bar Day, or if you're going to make your own granola bars, you could save 20% off because most of those products are going to be in the Health Market. In addition to that, it's National Squirrel Appreciation Day. Do you have an appreciation for a squirrel? No, Brian, I'm not going to share that. My friend Marty, one of my oldest friends who's moving to Des Moines, which is exciting. Growing up, he had parents' house had like a screened-in back porch, and it had gotten to the point where the squirrels would knock on the window, and his dad would open the window and feed them different nuts. And then there was one that was brave enough to come onto the back porch and just sort of take the little... They were like friends. I watched the squirrel knock on the window. Knock, knock, knock. And then Marty's dad, Ray, gives him a little treat. I'm like, you're domesticating these squirrels. There's a big tree in the backyard. It would knock, like, hello. Like a wacky sitcom or something where the squirrel's knocking on the window and my friend's dad is feeding them. It's pretty wild, but that's the truth. So happy National Squirrel Appreciation Day. And the last thing I'll say, it's National Hugging Day. No? Okay, good try. Psych. Now, it's true, National Hugging Day. Yep. You know who looks like they need a hug? Bob's with Bob's Red Mill. Hey, it's me, Bob. Super fine almond. Come in tighter if you can. We got to get the full effect. I think I found my costume for next year's Halloween. It's Bob. Red Mill Good Flour. We take these almonds and we step on them with our bare feet so you can have almond flour. It's me, Bob. Please tell me Bob's not dead. Look at that. Look at his tie and the hat and the glasses. He's got it going on. It's gluten-free. And he's even autographed the back of it for me. To my best friend, Tony. to your good health, Bob Moore. Move. More. And if you want to have the most magically moist almond cake, apologies if you don't like the word moist. Here's what you need. Butter, sugar. Bob, I can't have sugar. Eggs, milk, vanilla, some of this almond flour, organic coconut flour, salt, baking. But there's a whole recipe on the back. Look at this. And here's reasons to love almond flour. It's great for baking, grain-free, gluten-free, paleo-friendly, and you get to stare at my mug when you're eating your pancakes that taste gritty. Bob's Red Mill flour. Good for your health. I don't know what else to say. You can see the quality. There's a hole in the bag in case you were like, I don't know, Bob, is that really good quality almond flour? Let's put a hole in the bag. I don't know why Bob sounds like he's from New England. Ryan, at this point, I would just be Googling to see if Bob Moore with Bob's Red Mill is alive. Because if he's not, I'm going to feel really bad. He better be from New England. It's Bob, I got a wicked hangover from cheering on the Patriots. Did you see that game last night? Wicked. We got to watch Tom Brady in another Super Bowl, really? Kansas City Chiefs, you couldn't pull it off. Come on. That's what I want to do, is watch the Patriots. And I feel like the Patriots have been in every single Super Bowl since 2001. Jeez Louise. They're going to win, don't you think? I don't know. I don't want them to. All right. So while Ryan investigates, and David Casas chiming in on Facebook. Hello, David Casas.
Yeah, David did a great job.
Employee Christmas party on Saturday night. That was fantastic. So shout out to David Casas. We appreciate you. There he is. Look at him. There's Bob.
Where's his cat from?
What if he could come to the store and do a meet and greet? What if he could sign your bag of almond flour? What if he did that? I think this might be the best idea I've ever had. Bob's Red Mill. Okay. In Oregon. Wow.
It was started by Bob and Charlie
in 1978. And Bob is still alive and kicking. Thank you very much. Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's an individually, privately held company with 209 employees. And they're doing enough good work there in Oregon that we've got their products. And as much as I was kidding, this is really good stuff. And you can make cookies, and if it's grain-free, so we're having a little fun. But yeah, it is a good product. That's pretty cool. I didn't know it was that small of a company. Now I feel bad, Betsy. My conscience is there's Bob and Mrs. Bob. Thanks, Ryan. You're humanizing people I was having a little bit of fun with. You think Bob has like a Jaguar? He probably rides a bicycle to work, right? He does not. He's probably not living super high on the horse. Seems like a really nice guy. Are you hiring, Bob? I'm going to stop putting my foot in my mouth. All right, a couple things to mention before we get out of here. Tonight is Game of Thrones trivia. You have an opportunity to still get signed up. We've got about 40 RSVPs, I believe, so 40, 50 people at this moment. You know, we're live at 9:25. Trivia will start tonight at 6 p.m. in the Market Grill Express. This will be a good time. Prizes for first, second, and third place. Some props to do a little photo booth at your table. And I got to figure out a creative way to give away that hold the door doormat. A lot of people probably want that. And Game of Thrones trivia ready to go. 6 o'clock tonight, Market Grill Express. Please join us for a good time. We are doing a wedding in this store. I do in aisle 2. A full wedding from the ceremony to the reception. You don't have to pay. I mean, essentially, you would just have to get a dress or whatever you want to get married in for yourself and your significant other. That's really it. We've got the rest, and it's coming up. So we will have the winner announced, not this weekend, but the following. Go to the Hy-Vee Facebook page. Again, if it sounds a little, silly, I mean, you can think of it whatever you like. It's over a $5,000 value, including food, DJ, dessert, flowers. It's all there. I do in aisle 2. You'll spend the night. The wedding is going to be Saturday, February 23rd. You'll spend that evening at the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center. They're setting you up with a room, and we'll get the groom's band taken care of. From Mary's Diamonds and Jewelry, a lot of good stories being shared with us. I don't know how we're going to narrow it down or let alone pick a winner, but this is exciting. And Media Tree will also provide the couple with a copy of their wedding. So if you think about that, if you've ever looked into, or if you've gotten married, you know how much a photographer, let alone a videographer, to have your wedding videotaped, that's expensive. So we've got a back page ad of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper, and this week's ad is a great one, and it talks about I Do an Aisle 2, and we'll show that to you tomorrow as well. All right. 2 things, and then we'll do the job board, and then we'll get out of here for a Monday. The Muscatine Community Y dinner, the Saturday, February 9th, right here. I would get your tickets because it could sell out. That's the thing that I had to remind myself when I was at the Y yesterday with my kids, and I saw the poster. I saw this right here at the Y. Our Market Grill Express can seat a decent amount of people, but this is a popular event. It's 5 courses with wine pairings. Tickets are $50. They will go quickly. Get them at the Y, Saturday, February 9th. Dinner starts at 6:30. Our very own chef, Brian Scott, in the mix, cooking everything. It's going to be delicious. I want to go. Can I go to this? Maybe Ryan will be my +1 and actually show up. All proceeds benefit the youth since he ditched me for the Hy-Vee party. Youth and teen programs at the Y. 5-course meal, wine, live music, silent auction, raffle items as well. Get your tickets at the Y, 1823 Logan Street or 263-999-6. Ask for Amy Hessel. Special Olympics, speaking of Muscatine Community YMCA, Special Olympics are housed at the Y, and coming up on Tuesday, February 12th, is the annual basketball game. Muscatine Special Olympics taking on Muscatine Fire and Police. This is a great event. It has moved to Muscatine High School to allow for more spectators. So if you're watching this, I want you to be at the game. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it a challenge to all of our Hy-Vee Today viewers. Let's pack the gym and support our Special Olympic athletes. I will be refereeing the game along with my boss, Hy-Vee store director Jim Simmons. Admission is free, but they would love to have your donations. Raffle items, T-shirts, baked goods. They always sell out of all the baked goods, so get there early. Tip-off will start at 6 p.m. Special Olympics versus Muscatine Police and Fire. What a great time. This is such a good event. Rain or shine, snow or sleet, it's going to be happening February 12th at MHS right here in the Pearl City. Okay, team staffing job board, and then we will get out of here. And I'll just say this. It's going to be a fun week here on the show. We've got a lot planned for you. So stay tuned to Hy-Vee Today. And if you're going to watch this on cable, you're the best. And if you're looking for a job, Jenny has an opportunity for you. Saw Jenny again in the store the other day. Maintenance engineer experience, an electrical or mechanical engineering degree is preferred or 15 to 20 years proven experience. This is in Wilton. Get a hold of Jenny. This seems like a great opportunity. Shout out to Wilton. Spent some time there Saturday and Saturday night for the Hy-Vee party at the Wilton Community Center. It's a great space. Jenny at Team Staffing 563-316-7635. Maintenance engineer. Reach out for that one. What do we have next? This is a swing shift maintenance opportunity. $20 an hour. Holy moly. $20 an hour. Swing shift. So the hours would kind of vary. But $20 an hour, that could change your life, couldn't it? Jenny, again, with this opportunity, 563-316-7635, or careers at teamssi.com. And last but not least, Katie. This is Process Operators. Base pay is $18.55 an hour, so that typically means it'll be more than that as you progress in this career. Rotating 12-hour shifts, comprehensive benefits. That's code for good benefits, okay? If you ever see comprehensive, that's a good sign. Katie, 563-316-7639. Get that job. Get started. Change your life. Visit Team Staffing across from Happy Joe's on Lake Park Boulevard here in the Pearl City, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you once again to Paul Thielman and Angela Woodhouse talking Eagles and Ivory, 25 years of Eagles and Ivories, thanks to the Muscatine County Arts Council. This is kicking off Thursday. It goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with live music and different events. Please support Eagles and Ivories. It was great to discuss this and look forward to the summer when the Muscatine County Arts Council rolls out with some live music. And we appreciate all that they do, that is for sure. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota of Muscatine, and Team Staffing. And most importantly, thanks to all of y'all for watching this show and for continuing to support us. We appreciate it very much. And if you're watching this on cable, you know that it's going to be on at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Muscatine Power and Water, Channel 5. You just got done looking at some beautiful houses, right? Maybe you're going to find your next home, and then this guy's on. Okay? It's Remax or it's me. I'm not going to make you choose because I like the Armstrong crew and the Remax folks. But I'm a little biased. 7:30 and 10:30, Channel 5. Check it out. All of these shows, by the way, all of the episodes of Hy-Vee Today are available on Facebook, YouTube. It's all there. You can watch our first one. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and we appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I would love nothing more than an almond flour cake and to share it with my friend Bob. I don't know what people in Oregon sound like, but he doesn't probably sound like that. He probably just sounds normal, right? Maybe Bob thinks that I would sound strange, right? I don't know. But he just looks whimsical. He looks whimsical. The good stuff. All right. Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 or at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. That's it, y'all. Goodbye. Bob, what do you say? Me and you, pancakes.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.